A woman who was ordered deported in 2015 somehow lived in America for 10 years, and now the woke left is claiming that she's the victim because she finally got removed.
The 19-year-old college student detained by ICE while trying to visit her family for Thanksgiving, then deported against a judge's order, now speaking out.
It's been hard.
Days before the holiday, Ani Lopez Biosa, who is undocumented, tried to fly from Boston to surprise her family. But just as she was about to board, ICE agents pulling her aside and taking her to a detention facility.
As soon as I got there, I burst into tears because I couldn't believe it.
Let's break this down like adults. She came here illegally. A judge ordered her removed in 2015, 10 years ago, and instead of leaving, she just stayed, used our public education system, then went to college.
An ICE spokesperson telling ABC News an immigration judge ordered Ani be removed from the country over 10 years ago when she was a child, and her deportation was justified because she, quote, has illegally stayed in the country since.
And when ICE finally enforces the law, 10 years late, suddenly the media is crying, oh no, she was living the American dream. Sorry, I didn't realize the American dream meant breaking the law for 10 years without consequence. The same people who scream, no one is above the law, are now furious that the law was enforced. Imagine that.
Hours after her detention, a federal judge ordering the Trump administration not to transport Ani out of state or the country. But despite that order, Ani was then flown to Texas and later deported to her native Honduras.
In what universe do you get a deportation order, ignore it for 10 years, and then blame the country that let you stay a decade longer than it should have? The real scandal isn't that she was deported. The scandal is that it took 10 years to do it. 10 years of ignoring a final removal order, and the left still acts like she deserved more time, more chances, more excuses. Yes, this was cruel. Cruel to all legal American citizens who suffer the consequences of this crap.
Previously, federal judges have rebuked the Trump administration for appearing to disregard court orders related to deportations. This morning, we asked Ani's message to President Trump.
He said that he was going to get criminals. Then why is he doing that? People like me who are in college, doing their dreams, having an education, why are he doing this to us?
10 years in American public education and a year in college, and she can hardly formulate a coherent sentence in English. It's not Americans' jobs to fund random Honduras illegals' dreams and education. This is such a non-argument, I can't believe this was aired on national television.
We've repeatedly asked the Department of Homeland Security why Ani was deported even after a judge ordered that she not be moved, and they haven't responded to that question.
No response at all?
What's your response for why she was allowed to stay for 10 years illegally, despite a judge's order for deportation in 2015? Why do you only care about the corrupt leftist judges rather than the ones who actually uphold the law? This was a 10-year overdue correction to a system that's too soft, too slow, and too broken to enforce its own laws. So spare me the tears, spare me the headlines, spare me the American dream narratives. You live here illegally for a decade after a removal order. You don't get to play victim. You get removed. End of story. If you're tired of these woke lies and propaganda, then you should subscribe to my channel because I cut through this woke BS every day in my kitchen.